on their way here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 lights and away we go. And it's a good start from Hungarian at the moment. He's taking a really good lead. Legion also has a good start. We're coming into the first turn. Oh, we already have some people hitting. Oh no, there's a big pile up right now. They gotta be careful. Going up the hill here.
Yeah, nothing too major.
Yeah, nothing too major. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, oh, and Kurov almost losing it there.
Well, those rejoin. We're coming into the hairpin now. A lot of people are going too wide. Nope, they get out of it. Smart move. So far, so good, honestly. Oh, we're seeing flags already.
There's literally cars stalking at the hairpin. Like, what is going on?
I'm tired. The Bugs is still looking for that opportunity, but he can't find it at the moment. Oh, and he goes into the Renault. Oh, well, he finally gets it done. But it won't be enough as Grosjean almost loses balance of his car here. He's going to lose a bunch of time. No frets now. I was going to look for the opportunity to make the move. He's going side by side into him, but Grosjean will not allow it. They're going to tap wheels. Oh, and they're still ghosting, but oh, wow, No Frets makes the move pretty cleanly. That's honestly pretty impressive. 6 seconds worth.
Yeah, I mean, if he loses this race, it's going to be his own fault. It looks like, because he has the pace to win it, but those time penalties.
Oh! And sorry, but Grosjean just knocked Flesh River out. We're going to see that in the replay there. Flesh River tried doing the same move that Bugs did, but it did not work out for him.
Legion, though, has he got any damage? Oh, Krim is going to go for a move into turn 1. He gets it up the inside, and it's one and done as Legion clips Flandor there.
By almost 2 positions.
Oh dear.
And Crimsonian, yep. That's a good
He's got the win. Nico Rosberg, P2 for now, but let's see if that changes. I don't think it will, actually.
Yeah,
I think
it
he's
won't.
got that P2.
Yeah, 20 seconds behind, but Flesh River will not be in P3. This is a podium for the Haas member Grosjean, as they're going to cross the line here. He'll be very pleased with himself. There we go, Flesh River just going down the grid. Hello guys, and welcome to SLR Tier 3. Tonight we are in Hungary. Very intense track. I believe it's what's it called again? Something about Monaco? I forgot what you mentioned last week. It was like, someone said something about Monaco and this track being very similar, because it's like kind of hectic. But
yeah, it's like you can't really overtake on this track apart from the start-finish straight. I mean, you can, but it's tricky.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, your tires heat up a lot here, and we're going to see how that plays out to these drivers as well. We have 5 reserves tonight. We have R3L Turkey, we have Nico Rosbot, Ever Snacks, Dragon, and Lion 220. We're going to see how they do. Bugs is going to try making a redemption from losing what could have been a very excellent Monaco race for him last week. Looking at it again, it looks like Neon Rays is not here again, and he's going to lose out on a lot of points, as if you were to look at the standings, you can see here that Legion is only 7 points behind Neon Rays, but Legion also has to worry about No Fret, who's only 1 point behind him. And even Grosjean has an opportunity to jump both of those drivers if he has a good race, and they don't. So we're going to see what happens here tonight in the Hungaro ring. And hopefully we'll get started here shortly. We're just missing one driver if that person is coming.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just a wee bit preoccupied here. Just trying to fill out the grid. We've got 19 drivers ready. They're raring to go in the lobby here, but there's obviously 1 slot available, and I want to try and get that filled because all week long. I'm sure you've seen the registration has been pretty hectic. We've had, I think it was like 16 drivers registered and about 9 reserved. So there's plenty of people waiting in the wings, ready for that chance to prove themselves on track for the first time. And as you said already, there is a few new boys in this one. Well, actually, 2 in total will be Lion 220 and Turkey, who's known as Nesto on the Discord channel. And then we've got the likes of Dragon as well, Ever Snacks a Lot, and I believe there's one other. Yeah, Nico Rosbot is are the other reserves, but they've of course raced in Tier 3 before.
Yep, but hopefully we get started here soon. It is not 2:06 for me. It looks like we're still waiting for a couple people here, and it's gonna be like Neon Rays. He's not coming, I don't think. So it's gonna be missing out on a lot of points, like I said earlier. Is Alberto Rosso here again? No, but it looks like JC is gonna be missing out on Dump Truck, and that's gonna cost both their team some points here. Both Toro Rosso's sitting at 51 and 48 points. Dump Truck has actually missed the last 2 races, so this will be the 3rd race in a row that he's not been shown up. And it'll actually be the 4th race in a row where he doesn't receive, or no, 5th race in a row where he hasn't received points since getting 8th place in France. So Dump Truck did win the Spanish Grand Prix a couple weeks back, and since then it's kind of been downhill for him.
I've just given the guys the go ahead. We're going to go with 19 drivers for this one, so we should be underway very soon.
And here we go, everyone's getting underway and qualifying will begin. Oh yeah, Kebab's here too, and he just got recently the permanent Mercedes seat, if I'm right.
Happy days, yeah. Yeah, Tier 3 is proved very popular, especially with this coronavirus. I think everybody's self-isolating and I've got an influx of new drivers. All raring to get a race seat for this one, so yeah, very eager.
I think someone should tell Kebab that he's supposed to be in the Mercedes, because he's not anything right now.
Yeah, I'll message him here.
Here we go, we're gonna get started again. Hopefully everyone is dealing with the coronavirus in the correct way. It has gotten a lot hectic since last week, since we mentioned to be safe.
Yeah, take no chances. It's quite a serious thing at the minute. It seems to be affecting everybody, but it's kind of, I mean, there is some positives. It means all this self-isolation means that there's plenty of time to grind. So as I say, there has been an influx of activity, especially I think it coincides with a sale on F1 2019, the game.
Yeah,
which is pretty cheap at the minute. So yeah, probably both
70,
of those things.
It's like 70% off. So if you have a friend in the game, now is the perfect time. Bring him in, teach him all about it. Alright, so we're just going to wait for Dragon and Thugs, and we will get started with qualifying.
Yeah, Pretorius. I'm just reading the chat channel on Tier 3 General. Pretorius saying, sending on my deepest condolences to the people that are going to drive this track on the keyboard. So that would be our man Crimsonium. I think he's the only one on the keyboard in this tier, but yeah, RIP to him. His tires are not going to be good, so we'll keep an eye on that. We know he is a fast driver, though. He has won races before on the keyboard in this tier, so I wouldn't count him out for sure.
And here you guys can see on the stream, you can see the tire strategies that will be quick or slow, made by a very own stat guy, Nefluke. And I believe also Crimsonium, but let's see who comes out of the pit first. We'll keep that up for a little bit, and this you guys can see what tire strategies people will be going for in their first stint here. And we do have a couple people driving out now. Let's see who is actually the first one. Looks like it's going to be actually Crimsonium. Nope, that's Mozzie. Yep. Mozzie's the first one out, ahead of his teammate who's in the lead of the championship right now.
No, I reckon just from doing practice sessions all week for Hungary, I reckon you can get 4 runs in if you're smart, and obviously you need to get out ASAP, which Crimsonium has done as well as Mossy Gaming. But half the paddock are out on track at the minute. Some are choosing to stay in. What we're going to see here is a lot of guys try hard tires as their first run, and then switch to the medium tire, and then maybe contemplate a soft run. But if you go soft, you are going to compromise yourself, as you can see from that graphic up there. The kind of OP strategy is going to be soft to hard, I believe. Although
Yeah,
medium to hard is also a very good strategy as well. The softs go off so quick in this track.
I believe anyone who gets out of the, or anyone who's in the bottom top 10, they will be going on the mediums for sure, unless they're going to go for a risky soft medium. It just depends if they think there's going to be any safety cars or not, because I believe we've been pretty good on safety cars, right?
Yeah, but this is it. Whenever you don't expect safety cars, that's
Yeah,
when there's safety cars.
for
Like
sure.
in Monaco, we expected like 5 safety cars at the least, and that's the maximum you can get for Monaco for any race, and there was none.
And here we go, Mozzie Gaming starting the first hot lap here on the mediums. Let's see what time he can pull as he comes into turn 2. Goes a little bit too wide here. It's okay though. Touches the curb. Coming into turn 3, gets nicely done, and now he's going to come to the famous turn 4, where it's a very quick left-hander here. He's done it pretty. Oh, he's spun out now. He's on the grass, and that's pretty much his lap over. Behind him, I believe it was Grosjean, maybe. Kinda. I think it was Fortune Hunter. Nope, no, he pitted. It was Grosjean here, who's now gonna set the fastest lap first, unless Ozzy keeps going here, and he's coming into this chicane. Gets it all done. He is on the hards. This is a very tough corner, at least for me. I hate this corner every time I go through it.
Yeah, it's tricky, and especially that where you saw Mossy have that incident. That corner, that fast left-hander, the uphill left-hander, is key to a good lap time here. The more you can be brave in that and take a big chunk of that apex, the better your time's going to be. But as you can see, that outside curb is just going to throw you out, spit you out into the barrier if you get it wrong.
And apparently Flaw was ahead of these guys, and he's just set the fastest lap at a 17.7 here on the softs. Grosjean gets a 19.2 on the hards from Zonian, 17.8 on the mediums. So a lot of different tire strategies at the moment. The people who I'm surprised by the alphas going on the mediums right away. I guess they're gonna swap to the softs, because why would you do it so early if you're not gonna, if you plan on going on the mediums? I don't see them doing it. I think they're gonna switch to the softs and try a soft to hard strategy. And everyone here is completing laps now. A lot of people on the hards, they're probably going to swap over to those mediums, as track evolution plays a good part of this. And Turkey puts in a 17.1, 6 cents faster than Flaw. JC here, who we're following right now, is in sector 3. We're going to see what lap he can put on those hards.
Yeah, if you want to get a really good lap time on this soft, you're looking at 16. 17, low 17 is not going to cut it, I don't think. You'll see this by the end of the session. 116s are going to be the order of the day for the soft runners.
Oh, and JC just loses it coming into that final straight. It's a very easy to lose and that. Oh, and he keeps spinning, and he's now backwards on track. He's going to have to turn his car around before he gets disqualified. But luckily, no one's near him. And he's going to be hoping that we did not see that, but you know, JC, we did. So, let's see.
Spared him the replay feature, though.
Yeah, and now I'm going to be on board.
Oh.
Ooh, Fortune Hunter just kind of cuts a little bit wide, I think. Yep, he invalidated his lap there. He's still on ERS mode 5, though, so maybe that could be a bug on my part.
He has invalidated. If you go to the mini-map, it'll show you in red the track, so that indicates that it has been invalidated there.
Yeah, and he swapped his ERS now, so unless he plans on going for another lap.
Yes, it's a bit unfortunate. He's kind of been my training buddy recently, and he is putting in some fast times, so you're probably going to see him pit here. He might do an extra lap, but he might pit and just pit on the mediums. I think he's going to try, from what he was telling me, he's going to try and qualify on the mediums. If not, just throw the kitchen sink at it and put those sauce on and just try and get a pull lap, even though it will compromise him in the race. Although we keep mentioning it, you got the safety car factor. I know in Baku, Pretorius, he famously went on the soft tire for his qualifying, and he was praying for a safety car, which came out around lap 6, and he was gold. But that's just it. If you bank on it, I mean, it can work out, but if it doesn't work out, you're kind of screwed.
Yeah, and No Frets set the fastest lap on the hards. Uh, 18.2, excellent lap by him. His teammate now, Dragon, who is reserve, is going to cross the line here. Actually, it looks like it's game out at his lap. I'm going to see what Thugs can do now. Thugs has to do a redemption race here. He completely messed up his strategy, and last week in Monaco, and everything just went wrong in Monaco, so he's going to try making amends for that now. In
Yeah,
this
he gets a
race
very
here.
nice turn 1, very neat and tidy, good exit from it, and runs out a wee bit wide on turn 2, but yeah, gets on the par early. And here we come to the notorious corner. Is he going to get murdered? Yeah, it was okay. There he invalidates his lap there, so you can see how easy
Oh,
it
that's
is.
unfortunate. It looks like he had a purple sector too. Oh, when he struggles with the that turn there. Dragon actually also invalidated it. I think he just did it again. Let's see. I'm gonna check on board of Lions220, who's also reserved here. I'm not sure how his skill level is. So, oh, and he cuts turn 1 there. Don't think he invalidated. He did slow down, but it's gonna cost him a lot of time here. He's on the sauce. Let's see what he can do as a reserve, making I believe it's his debut in SLR in the McLaren.
Yeah, Lion, I was practicing with him last night. He's very much new to the scene, and you can see he is a wee bit scruff here, a bit untidy, not really taking the right line through corners. But I mean, this is what Tier 3 is about. It's for these kind of green guys to come in and get some experience.
Oh,
And yeah, he's
he's
having a bit of
still
a bit
he's
of
still
a hard time. But yeah, he's on a valid lap still, so be
yeah.
interested to see what time he puts on the board here.
There's still 10 minutes, so he should not have to worry yet. There's a lot of time to improve. But let's see what actual time he sets as more people are coming out of their pits now to get their second lap in.
Yeah, 5 drivers still to set a time, but Lion is one of them. He's about to cross the line, make his way for the final corner. Keep it nice and tight to the barrier, get on the par. DRS is open, he's out of ERS. And he goes P11, so not too bad. I mean, he was able to put a semi-decent lap in. It's not going to get him top 10 for sure, but it's a lap time.
Yep, he'll definitely want to improve, and hopefully he does. We're going to be on board with Fortune Hunter now, who's on a lap on those hards. I believe, did Fortune Hunter miss out, or was it Grosjean last week? I think it might have been Grosjean. Oh, yeah, and that was just a very weird turn in right there. Luckily did not invalidate.
Yeah, it lives to tell the tale, and I'm just looking at his sector time here. Is he up on pole? I don't think he's going to get pole with this lap, but he's on the hard. It's going to compromise his run a little bit. You can see these tires are just they're just a little bit more slippier than the other tires, and yeah, you can't quite go full tilt. He's actually purple
Yeah,
sector
purple
2.
sector. Fortune Hunter did say he had a really good non-slippery setup coming into Hungary, so maybe we'll see that pay off here as he crosses the line. I'm going to see exactly what he'll pull here.
Yeah,
I think
nice
he's going to set a
tidy
good
for the
lap.
final corner. Yeah, it looks like it. Let's see. He's P10 actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
think
this
maybe whatever happened in the beginning of the turn or sector 2 may have cost him a lot of time there, and he can be on board with Philo, who's on a lap and has not set a time. He's right behind Tupaka, who actually I haven't seen that name in a while, not to be honest. So it'll be interesting to see how he does. If he does not spin into the pits again, like in Austria. And Philo, he is pretty fast, so I think on those softs he can set himself into the top 5 for sure. He is setting another purple sector 2.
Yeah, looking good so far. Oh, I know as we say
that's
that.
commentators curse on us. Every time I talk about someone, they just end up messing up here. Do I even want to talk about Dragon right now, who's on Hot Lap?
Let's put this to the test. Does the commentator curse exist? Let's talk about how good this lap looks.
I mean, it's not too bad at the moment. We're going to see, does he pull a purple sector coming in here? Nope. Alright, goes through that turn pretty safely. Does
Yeah, a
not
bit
touch the
conservative.
curb. It's a pretty decent lap right now by Dragon. Comes into the chicane. Almost loses it. Does a nice little save here. Goes a little bit slow into these corners right here. It's fine though. I'd say
Yeah,
this
it's
is
very easy to pick up a track limit or a track penalty there. You know, just extending on the exit of the last fast corner. It's a fast right-hander, and you want to carry as much speed in as possible. But if you run wide across the curb, it will give you a warning. And qualifying and validate the lap. But he gets a nice run through the final corner and heads down to the start-finish line. He puts himself P4.
Four.
And that's on mediums as well, so not a bad lap from him. I'm surprised though we haven't seen any 16s on the board yet.
Well, Nico Rosbach is on a lap. He's going to finish it now. He's on softs, and he pulled a 17.2 on his previous tire here, so we're going to see what he can pull now as he's coming into the final turn here. And let's see, he puts himself into 17.0, almost the 16s, but he's only 1/10 faster than Turkey, who's on the mediums. If I was Turkey, okay, Turkey's swapping to the softs. I wonder if that's the right move, because if you're already super fast on those mediums, what's the point? I mean, he's going to go out first from the looks of it, maybe. And Fugs, let's see what Fugs can pull, as he has not set a lap yet, either. And, oh, he touches the curb, and that's his... Yep, invalidated. Fugs is not having a good time right now.
Yeah, it looks to me like he hasn't really put much practice in for this, or warm-up at least. Because those are schoolboy errors, that, you know, especially that last curb there. I mean, that one's notorious for spitting you out. You do not even want to look at that curb.
Yeah, and Thugs, I feel like when you do really bad one race, it kind of does affect the next race a little bit. You kind of get nervous, and it can definitely hurt your confidence a little bit. And Thugs is a really fast driver, so he just needs to stay calm, head down, and keep focus. And see here, is he going to go for another lap? Nope, he's going to go head back into the pits and probably attempt a soft run here. Elo's on an outlap. We'll see how he does later on. The Bob, who got the permanent seat in Mercedes, is actually in the Red Bull at the moment, so it's very confusing.
And Neff, look in chat, is screaming, "Go for mediums!"
Yep, everyone right now is on mediums at the moment. There's still 4 minutes left. Law here, oh, just invalidated his lap coming into turn 4.
Yeah, Philo as well is on a lap. It's not looking like the fastest lap at the minute. Actually, he's on an out lap, that's why.
Here's something interesting. Alfa Romeo boys have not swapped into a different tire ever since they initially started on the mediums, sitting in 7th and 8th. There's 4 minutes left, so I wonder if one of them will switch. Crimsonian's on a lap right now on the mediums, but they're kind of worn a little bit, so I wonder if he'll actually improve. He's actually 2 tenths down on his time. It's not going to push him up too high, maybe 4th place, but those people in front of him are also going to do more laps. And Nico Rosbach picks up... Oh no, is that the fastest lap? No. That happened already. What did I see? Someone went up.
I think was it Legion or Tupaka?
Yeah, I think it was Legion actually. Yeah, Legion. Legion put in himself. That's a good time on the mediums, 17.3.
Yeah, that's a good position. Yeah, because Turkey actually set that time on is P2 time on soft. So yeah, Legion is currently looking very good at mediums and P3. I'm just following Philo here as he's making his way through the notorious fast left-hander at the top of the hill, and this time he avoids the curb of death and makes his way into sector 2. Looking not too bad at the minute, kind of tidy.
Surprisingly, he's swapped to the harder tire ever since he screwed his lap earlier. So maybe he's going to prefer the first tire strategy choice that we have up on the screen at the moment. It's very mixed. No one's going for the hard start at the moment, so we can see that change when we see what the bottom 9 does. Halo kind of goes slow into this last turn here. Let's see what time we can pull. I think he's going to set a pretty good time here. Eversnacks, 16.8. That's the first 16 of the night. And Philo puts himself into 9th with a 17.7. The Alfa Romeo boys in the pits right now. They have to exit pretty much soon, otherwise they're not going to be starting in the top 10. So Eversnacks, 16.8 on the Mercedes, a good time for sure. Nico's on a lap, or out lap. Turkey's on a lap as well.
Yeah, Tugs as well. Just started his hot lap there.
Okay, let's see. Can we commentate curse him again? I don't know.
He's on the medium tires and he's heading up to this fast left-hander. Let's see how brave he can be here, given that he hasn't got a time on the board. Yeah, he's able to get through pretty fast. Yeah, could have been a bit faster, but he avoids that curb of death on the right-hand side there.
All the hard work is done for him now. It's just smooth sailing for him. Hopefully it's not invalidate coming into these next few turns. Once he gets past for this sector, he's pretty much good to go. Yep, and he's done it pretty well from him. Oh, gonna be a little careful here. Yep. There we go. He sets a purple lap in sector 2 on the medium, so I think we're gonna see a really good lap now coming in from Fugs.
Just in the nick of time as well, because he would only have one opportunity after this.
Oh,
He runs a bit wide there in the exit.
That's
But
gonna
he's
cost a lot of time.
still valid lap, so let's see what he's got here as he heads to the start-finish line and he puts himself P7 on those mediums. Not bad.
Not bad at all. It's just pushing the Alfa Romeo boys even lower, and they're actually not going to be able to get exit the pits anymore. So for the first time this season, I believe both Alfa Romeo are starting outside the top 10. I think this is intentional by them. I think they know what they want to do. They have a plan set in action, honestly. Oh, and Nico Rosberg picks up the fastest lap, 16.6. Number 16 driver here. Let's see what Turkey can do, as I believe he'll set a very fast lap as well. He comes into the ending of sector 2. He's, oh actually nope, he's up on his time by 6 seconds, so he's going to do another lap as he's saving ERS. Let's check board with Gemmis, I don't know.
Jimmers.
And he's going to come across the line and pull himself into second position.
Oh, nice. Very good, very good. Fortune Hunter as well, he's half a second up on his time here, so that would put him, it's not going to move him up too much actually, so he needs to make up a lot of time in this final sector. Approaches the final corner, keeps it nice and tight to the bar, which is exactly what you want to do and get on the par early, but I don't think this is going to be enough to get in the top 10, is it?
Nope.
P13. So...
Oh, and Lioness won. Apparently he did 5 laps on the softs.
Okay.
Bob's also doing 4 on the medium, so I guess they're just doing practice runs. And I'm going to be on board with Turkey here as he's coming into the chicane here in front of Lion. Lion's going to have to get out of the way. Let's see if Turkey is ahead on this time or not as he's coming into the end of sector 2.
Yeah, he's 0.082 up, so he's just marginally up on his previous time there. 0.062
oh,
up
yeah.
there.
He's not that crazy ahead at the moment.
Nice penultimate corner there. Kept it really nice and tight, very close to the...
locks up a little bit.
curve.
I don't think he's going to set a faster lap than he's already had. Let's see. Oh no, he does. Oh, by 5 thousandths compared to Dragon. That is crazy time right here, and qualifying is over. Nico Rosberg will take the pole. Gemmis on in the front row with him. Eber Snacks and Turkey also in the second row. Dragon and Legion securing third row. And you know what's interesting? I believe Nico, Ever, Turkey, and Dragon are all reserves, and that's 4 reserves leading this Grand Prix at the moment. You have to question what's going to go on with Cruisen and Mazdi and JC. I mean, a lot of these people who were used to seeing up front are now in the back, and I think that's intentional by them. I think they're going to do a medium to like hard strategy for sure, unless it's like medium to like fucking soft softs. I don't know. We'll have to see. It's going to be an interesting race though.
So Metalhead's pointing out, yeah, those guys at the top are all on sauce, so they are slightly compromised, but again, safety car. Yep. We don't know what's going to happen in the race, so it might be the best strategy, but we're just, as it stands at the minute, we're thinking the guys in mediums are actually on a better strategy. Like Hungary, I'm just remember my past races in Hungary, and they do tend to be, you know, they does tend to have their fair share of incidents.
And Flaw and Racing Point are the only full-time drivers, I think, who are on the softs, so that'll be interesting. and they're both in the top 10. Flaw is on a terrible position right now. He's in 10th on those softs, and if he does not get a good start, it's just going to hurt him in the long run, for sure. So he'll be hoping for a very excellent start here as we're coming into the race now. We're going to have a quick formation lap, and we'll get going.
Yeah, so I mean, it gives us time to talk about. There are 2 DRS zones, the start-finish straight, and then on the basically the next straight after the first corner, it's a very short DRS zone. But you do see a few moves in there. If you're brave enough, you might be able to send it down the inside or run the outside if you're even braver. I've seen that happen a few times. But generally speaking, if you're going to overtake, you need to get a absolutely belter exit from the final corner onto the start finish straight.
And here we go, formation lap has begun. Nico Rosberg will take us underway now. He's actually speeding in quite ahead. Does he know it's formation? Looks like I'm not sure. It's kind of funny sometimes when people don't notice the formation, like Lando Norris. If you guys watched the Australian Grand Prix this weekend, he sped quite ahead, and looks like Lion's already struggling here as he's yep, 4 people are now hit in the back now. That's pretty much everyone in the back row. Mozzie, Fortune, and Flesh and Lion. I wonder what happened there. And their tires are gonna be cold, and that's gonna hurt Grosjean, Mozzie, and who else was that? Flesh River.
Lion, Kebab.
Kebab is still on the field, so he'll have a chance to warm up his tires.
Yeah, I always say the formation lap is the hardest lap of a race, or so it seems anyway. But people in chat, we've got a bunch of people watching here. Who do you reckon is going to win this race? It seems like it could be up for grabs here between a bunch of people on different strategies. I think, if you were going to call someone, who would you say, Van?
Well, if you look at the tire or quality times, Legion had the fastest on the mediums, so you'd probably assume that if he swapped to the softs, he'd be pretty much the fastest on the softs as well. Maybe Fugs as well. It's just, honestly, it's because it can go either way. It's honestly anyone's race now. Because we have Crimson, who's been winning a lot of these races now in 12. He has to have a good start here, and hope for not a safety car to pop up. Bugs, I mean, he's in 9th, so he's in a good position, but his confidence may hit as well, and he might mess up.
Netflix and count out all the soft runners for the race win, so yeah, he's not putting his money on any of those guys. I would personally go with Legion or No Threats.
Yeah, I was gonna say No Threats as well. Like,
I'm gonna go, No Threats. He's got that name that it kind of indicates. Yeah, let's go. Let's
get started here. We are gonna be 5 lights out in Hungary. And it's lights out, and let's see who has a good start here. It looks like Nico Rosberg's an okay start. It's so far so good by everyone as they're coming into turn 1. Nico leads this race coming into turn 1, but it might be Gemis who makes the move. No, he does not. Oh, he actually does. Gemis will get in front of Nico right now. And Mozzie picks up a 5-second penalty for a severe collision. We have a virtual safety car, and it's only been 1 turn.
Yeah, it was basically at the back. There were some guys running to the back of each other. I think Lion might have been caught up in that because he's got.
Oh yeah, a lot of people are starting to get penalties now. I'm gonna check to see if we can see any wing damage here. Will anyone have to pit?
Yeah, I think Lion for sure has to pit. He's missing half of his front wing.
Wow, that's unfortunate for him.
Yeah, and the Force India guys, or Racing Point as they're more likely to be called these days, I think they're nursing a wee bit of front wing damage. I definitely saw some pink. Yeah, well, Jimmy's is alright, he's out front there, but Flaw definitely has some end plate missing.
And Legion and No Frets have found themselves in 4th and 5th right now. Really got an excellent position to be in as we come underway again. Gemis now is going to have to defend from Nico, who's going to want that first position back here. But currently as it stands, in 4 laps I believe, Legion will be leading this race.
Yeah, so the biggest winner there was Mossy Game, and he's up 4 positions. 2 two-pack is down 7 positions, so he got caught up in that early incident, as did Flaw. We saw from wing damage, and we've got Lion and Grosjean's both in the pits. Lion picking up another 5-second penalty, so his race, his debut race, is not going as planned.
Legion is falling back a little bit from what it seems, but that could just be the pace of the sauce at the moment, but it won't matter too much for him, as looks like Nico goes a bit wide. He's going to be following Gemis here. I don't think he can make any move at the moment. I'm going to go down the grid here and see what's going on. Bugs is looking for a move on Turkey, perhaps, maybe. What about Crimson here? He's super close to someone. It's below. Crimson will definitely try to make him up as many positions as possible.
Yeah, and I don't know why, but Legion's showing as like +1R 22 minutes in P4.
I see that too.
Which is obviously wrong, but yeah, there's a battle formula for. Oh, and Turkey gets run off wide there by. He tried to make a move on Tugs, I believe.
No Frets is right behind Legion and Ever. He might be able to have enough slipstream to make a move as they're going too wide into turn 1. I think this will be in favor of Ever, who's taking the inside line. Maybe no, but it's going to be Legion now, who picks up 3rd position. And there's a lot of drivers here, very close to the top 3 at the moment. It's 5 drivers all fighting for P3 at the moment, as Legion heads that train. Oh, the old tap between Bugs and No Frets. And the Bugs is out. Oh no, is that a safety car? I don't think it is, luckily. Bugs now. He isn't last. Surprisingly, he's in 15th, so it's not a terrible position.
Safety car is out.
Safety car is out. Okay, that is because of who is that? Mozzie, right? No, that is Crimson. Crimson, I believe, maybe caused it. I'm not sure. Actually, I saw his car off, but I don't think it caused it. I'm not. Oh, Bugs looks like a drive-through now for speeding on our penalty or safety car.
This is like a repeat of what happened in Monaco. His race just went from worse to worse, and it's happening again for Tugs, unfortunately.
Yep, so we're probably going to see Gemis, Nico, Turkey, Dragon, Eber, all going to pit now. If they don't pit, it's a GG for them. Let's see what. Oh my god, is Gemis not going to pit?
Yep, and Nico is mirroring a...
What? What are these guys doing?
Ever Snacks a lot has pitted though, as has Turkey and Dragon, so there are some soft runners, but yeah, there's guys at the front.
I don't understand.
That's a big gamble. Big gamble for those guys.
What? I'm confused. Fogs picked up another penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That is just... Oh my god, that is... And he retires. It's honestly, I can understand that retirement. It's just too much to handle sometimes.
Yeah, he was too wide with... I think it was No Frets he was too wide with.
Yeah, it was No Frets.
And
Crimson...
And it was just the slightest... So, yeah, go ahead.
Crimson Below... Hit for sauce. Interesting. I think what his plan here is he's going to go on softs, make up as many positions as possible, and then swap to hards. I think that's the plan that they have here. And Mozzie does not pit on those hards. He's going to be in 5th at the moment, as looks like some people are doing a weird line here. That might be Legion and No Frets.
Yeah, Mozzie Gaming is actually, he's up 10 positions from the start, and Flesh River up 8 positions in P6, Fortune Hunter in P7 up 6 positions. Lion is out of the session, so he's...
Yeah, he's spun. He has spun out. Oh, that's his whole car gone. His whole wheel is just on top of the...
Oh yeah, car. I see that, yeah. So it's
luckily
not been the best debut race for him.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. I mean, over time, Lion, you'll improve and get better. It's okay. Let's keep on working on it. Keep grinding.
Keep on. JC as well. Sorry, man. Is he's up at 8 positions in P8.
Yeah, a lot of people are going to be making up a lot of positions at the moment, especially during under safety car here, and hopefully we'll get underway in the next lap. Legion is in a very good position. So is No Frets and Mozzie. You would say, I guess, Legion right now has the pole position because Gemis and Nico have to pit soon. Then you could say Mozzie would also be a contender for keeping that first spot as he's on those hards. So he'll have to pit like very late on in the race. not much to talk about right now. Everyone's taking no incidents in the safety car, which is nice to see.
Yeah, just taking a look for the field here to see if there's any damage, and I can't see any cars with damage out there, which is good. I think all the guys that got damage in that initial incident are have fixed their wings. So yeah, safety car is probably going to come in this lap. I would say everybody's caught up. Guys in chat are having a laugh. Crashing under safety car. Oh my. Yeah, it happens. You know, it happens. It shouldn't happen, but it does.
Hopefully it's in this lap because everyone has caught up to the queue. And we're gonna see what happens. Let's see, will this pay off for Jimis and Nico, who did not decide to pit?
Yeah, I'm just looking here. Fortune and Mossy, they're on hards. Have they stopped yet? No, they haven't stopped. So they do need to stop. I was going to say they look in pretty good position. They could go to the end on those tires, but
I
they
believe the
will have to
people
pit.
who did pit for hard is Turkey and Kebab. So Turkey will maybe be in a good... Actually, Turkey just lost position. What's going on here? They keep going up and down.
I think there's a desync issue maybe, but the safety car is in this lap.
Yep, I'm going to be on board at the top right here as Jimis will slow down now. Hopefully people realize what's happening here. Oh, and someone's going too wide right now. That's a Red Bull and someone else. Let's see what happens now as we're coming into green lights. Racing underway again.
Looks like a clean restart from where I'm sitting, thankfully.
Yep.
And Nico is going to go for a move down the inside, but he backs out of that one. He's got a nice tight line in there.
Oh, and no, Fritz spun! I caught that really good on
No.
camera. He's had to be careful here. We're going to put that on the replay there. That's so unfortunate for him. We had a really good start position. Now Legion and Mozzie now in a really good position for both of these drivers here. As we're coming into turn 4 now.
Oh, that's terrible for No Frets. He was looking so good there. He's definitely not looking good for the race win now. The commentator's curse strikes again.
Yep, it does, and maybe will it strike, as we're talking about Legion and Mozzie now, who are right behind the leaders right now, and Mozzie's under attack by Flesh, who's on those softer tires. He's going to try making a move perhaps, and gain as much positions as possible. Down the grid we can see everyone in the midfield. It's still fairly close, so it's anyone's game in the midfield at the moment right now. Crimson on those softs will try to make up as many positions as possible. He will have to if his plan is to work out here. Oh, and there's a little bit of people slowing down. It's Tupaco who's going to lose out a position on Dragon now as he is messed up the turn.
Yeah, Tupac getting
but Tupac might have enough slipstream to maybe get past him. They're gonna go too wide coming into turn 1. And I think it's gonna be... Oh no, it's gonna be Tupac who regains the position as they ghost into each other now.
Nicely done from Tupac, yeah.
Yep, and Crimson's now on right behind these two, and he's gonna be hoping to maybe secure 2, maybe even 3 positions as Fortune Hunter is looking like he's slowing down a bit. Here they come into turn 4. It's all safe and done. Nobody crashes out here, which is good to see. Dragon goes a bit wide. He touches the grass. That's going to cause Crimson to be right on his tail here as they're going too wide into the chicane. Oh no! Oh wow! And that's what you get, Crimson, for having a very ambitious move and trying to get 2 overtakes in one corner there. And
yeah,
Flush River now. Flush River is still behind Mozzie here. Mozzie looks like he's going to be the one who's going to be securing points now for Alfa Romeo. The roles have swapped between these drivers now.
Yeah, and Krim and P14, his tires are on fire right now. You can tell at every twitch of that keyboard, every press of that button, and his car's just going everywhere.
Yep, and it looks like the soft strategy for him may have not paid off. I think he'll pit now and just go on the hards and end the race on hards if he can. DRS is now finally enabled, so we're going to see that into effect as they get past turn 1.
Yeah, Krim actually staying out for another lap, surprisingly. He's going to have his work cut out for him because he's actually, he's got JC and P15 about to close in on him.
Yeah.
I see a move into turn 1 from, looks like Flaw on the inside across James, gets P12.
And this grid is very compact right now. A lot of people are super close. If you mess up even for a slight second, you can lose out on not even one position, but two. And if you spin, that's pretty much game over for a bit. As you've seen here, you can see from 5th place to 10th, it's all within a second of each other. They're all super close. And now that DRS is now enabled, it's going to even be more intense now. As Flesh River is still behind Mozzie, has not found overtake yet. Gemis is still within, or no, Nico is within a second of Gemis, but he hasn't found anything yet either. And Tupaka looks like he might be eyeing for a move on Fortune Hunter. Goes down the inside. Ghost is into him, but he gets the move done. Well done move by Tupaka now, who's re-secured 6th position since he messed up last lap here. This turn.
Yeah, Fortune Hunter just needs to keep his head here because, I mean, especially in these safety car restarts, whenever everyone's bunched up, it's a high pressure kind of environment, and the slightest mistake will just cost you a bunch of positions in time.
Yep, and Dragon now will be also overtaking. Oh my god, what happened there? That's a big lockup by Dragon now, who not only messed up his lap there, but Fortune Hunters as well, and someone lost an end plate there. I saw it fly off. That's going to be
Fortune Hunter, yeah.
25% damage on the right wing. That's yellow damage for him. He's not going to be happy about that at all. And going up the grid, do we have a move for Legion now? Legion has caught up to the boys, and actually Kebab is okay. No, that's blue flag or whatever. Legion has caught up to Nico and Gemis, and that's because their tires are definitely worn out by now, and they're probably going to pit this lap, I would assume.
Oh, and someone's falling down the order. Flesh River has had an incident at that chicane in Sector 2.
Oh, yeah.
He's falling right down to P13, so... Yeah, I was going to say those soft tires are really falling off, but he's actually on medium tires, so... yeah, I just made a mistake there, and it's cost him big time.
This takes one mistake and you're gone from the standings, but you can always come back for sure.
Oh, and Nico Rosbard is in the pits in P2, so that
Gemis is not.
Legion up.
I'm gonna see what Gemis' tire wear is. This is the smart move. This thing updates. Okay, it's 50% on his tires, so I guess he feeling confident right now. Legion is just gonna make up so much more time, and Gemis is gonna be losing on time on his laps there, and it's just gonna hurt him in the long run here. Dragon on the behind of Turkey. Hopefully, it does not cause another little incident again. Going down the order, both hosses are right next to each other behind Flaw. Hopefully they don't bump into each other now.
Two Haas guys are running pretty tight here as well as they head up to this fast left-hander in Sector 2. I think these guys are pretty evenly paced, Fortune Hunter and Gross James. They often find themselves each other on track. Looks like Dragon does get a move done. Oh, what the hell? Dragon got a move done on Turkey. I think there's some kind of desync going on because I don't know if these guys are seeing each other on track. They seem to be going through each other. Strange things are happening on this track right now.
Yeah, and Legion, he's caught very close up to Gemis. If Gemis does not pit this lap, I have to question what is going on in his head. I'm going to see right now, what is he doing? Yep, I believe he's
he's in. Yeah, he's in. So Legion takes control of the race. He's in P1 as it stands.
And he's going to have to build a gap now between him and Mozzie now, because Mozzie's looking really good on those cards now, finding himself in 2nd place. Tupaka also behind them, very impressive by him.
As is Ever Snacks a lot, it's worth mentioning, he's doing very well for himself in American P4 currently.
Yep. So is Dragon on those mediums at the moment, on the Williams.
And look how far Jimmy has come out. He's come out P15 after the P1 pit stop.
Yeah, it definitely was not a smart decision, because you can see, who was the other guy in 2nd place? It was Nico, yeah, also in 4th team, so not pitting during the safety car did not work out for them. Now they have a lot of work to do if they even want to think about hitting top 10 now.
Mossy Gamon's coming under a lot of pressure from Tupaka. Oh, almost contact for the fast chicanes here. I think Tupaka right now, his tires are in better shape. Oh, as he gets wide as I say that. But as long as the race goes on and the longer he doesn't pit for fresh tires, Tupaka's tires are going to fall off at some point soon. Got a yellow flag in Sector 2. Don't see anybody off there. Oh, Nico Rosbot is out of the session, so
He left. He did not retire. So he might be coming back here as Tupac has DRS on Mozzie. Mozzie does not have DRS either, so that's going to suck for him as he won't make a defensive move. Though he keeps second position for now, but Mozzie or Tupac will have DRS again and definitely get past him now. Mozzie is going to be patient, I guess. Oh, messes up turn 2, and that's going to cost him a lot of time. Now even under attack by Ever Snacks. Now he's going to have to be careful, Mozzie. Just play it safe for now. There's no need for him to recapture that position as Ever Snacks hits the wall coming into that fast turn 4 as he picks up a penalty. 100%. Oh!
It's gonna wheel off.
It's his wheel off now. Is that a safety car? I don't think it is. Luckily.
That was nasty, yeah. It was all going so well there. Oh, there is a safety car.
Oh, it is. Let's see what happens now.
Good news for some people. Yeah, I think Fortune Hunter's going to gain massively. He's got that front wing damage, so he will be able to pit and put on. I believe Sauce will take you to the end at this point.
I wonder what's going to happen between the Legion, Tupac, and Mozzie. Will Mozzie opt to pit as he goes wide? Flush Driver gets a drive through.
Yeah, so he's got a drive through. That's horrible for him.
Pits. Or no, Legion pits. Tupac pits. Mozzie pits. Okay, everyone looks like they're going to pit now. I think that's definitely the right move. Guys on mediums will be swapping to hards. I want to see what Mozzie will swap into. Legion picks up a 5-second penalty for speeding. That's big. That's going to be big to determine who's going to be winning this race here. Turkey does not want to go pit. I believe that's the right decision for him as he already did a mandatory pit stop so he can end the race on those hards. But he will be slow coming into the end of the race here. And let's see what Legion puts himself. He puts himself to hards. Mozzie swaps to soft, so he has to pit again now. I think he's trying to do what Crimson did, where, okay, safety car comes out, I'll swap to softs, get as many positions, and then swap to mediums at the end. It could work out for him if he's smart about it, but he has to not mess up like Crimson did. So let's see what happens as now majority of the field is now sitting on hards. Only 3 drivers on the mediums. Nico Rosbach finding himself back in the 3rd position on those mediums. He can't end the race, I think, on those mediums. There's still a lot of laps to go, so we're gonna have to see what happens.
It might be nip and tuck because you'll have a few laps under the safety car on those mediums, so maybe they could run to the end, possibly.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see what happens. I'll keep an eye on him. Gemis as well, also on the mediums, decided not to change tires, but I don't think they can. Like from softs to mediums on this track, it's gonna be tough. Like I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. Oh, okay, that's randomly came up on screen as he actually spun coming to the safety car. Oh, and now he's retired from the session. I think he actually broke his car doing that. And
oh my word.
That is actually hilarious. I am sorry. That's unfortunate by Kebab.
The people in chat are screaming for replay features, man. They're loving that replay feature, so...
I kind of missed the time frame on there. I didn't even get a good angle, though, which kind of sucked. I was on board with someone.
So who is in the best position right now? Nico isn't doing too bad actually. He had that disconnect. He's back in the car. He's P3 on mediums, 3 lap old, but Legion is on fresh hards. Tobacco and Dragon are right behind him.
Yeah, right now I would say Legion, Tobacco, Dragon, all in good positions for sure. Turkey, of course, doesn't have to pit anymore, so I wonder what's going to go on. Does Grosjean have to pit? I'm just going to quickly check in the race director real quick. Grosjean does not have to pit anymore, so these guys, they don't have to pit, so it's going to be an interesting battle. Obviously, they're going to slow down, though, so that's the big issue for them. Because they're already on 10 and 12 laps on their tires. So
yeah, it's a bit of a gamble in it.
Maybe we could see them swap to softs at the end and maybe go up the field that way. I mean, there's always a possibility of another safety car as well. This is only the 2nd out of 5.
Yeah, we're not even at the halfway point.
Yeah. If there is another safety car, I would definitely say everyone would swap to mediums if they have another spare pair, for sure.
Yeah, one thing I really love about safety car is like whenever one comes out at the very end of a race and everybody pits for softs. I love it. It's like a sprint race. Oh, and JC is off track.
He's backwards now.
Yeah, he just caught that curve
and he retires.
And retires. Yeah.
That is 5 retirements so far in this Hungarian Grand Prix. And Mozzie Gaming, the only guy on sauce. Safety car is in the slap. I'm going to be on board. Let's see the top 5 here and see what's going to go on here. I'm excited to see what Mozzie can do on those softs, for sure, as most of the field is on hards. Legion, just be a little bit careful. It looks like he's having a very awkward run right here. He's going forward and slowing, forward and slowing.
And Jack, aka Inferno, is saying, "Great, watch this." It really is. It's some great racing here. A race of attrition as Turkey makes his way through the final corner and gets up to speed. Nice.
Oh, and here we go racing again. They gotta be careful though. They're ghosting into each other. Be careful, guys. It's not green light
Someone
yet.
lost the front wing there. I believe it was one of the first guys.
And here we go. Oh, are we going to see some dives coming into turn 1 by Nico Rosbot? No, but he maybe will secure second position. I think he does. And Legion goes down now. Loses a position onto Tupaka. Tupaka and him are going to be fighting it out for sure. Coming into turn 3. Oh my god, so many cars are so close. And that's going to be Blah who spins. And it's going to be more people hitting into him. And now that's Mozzie Gaming also getting hit. Losing out on the softs again. Making the mistake of switching to the softs.
Yeah, Flo got all kinds of wrong there. One end of the barrier and is way down the field now. He didn't actually pick up any damage, any.
Oh, and that's Philo and Mozzie. Philo's now sideways. He hits the. Oh my god. We might see another safety car. We might actually see it. Pull that in the replay if I hit it.
Up for that one, yeah.
Oh, fuck. I hit it twice. Hopefully it does not slip. That is crazy action here. No safety car as yet, so we still have a race going on here in the top, what is it, 7 at the moment. Absolute madness on the safety car restart.
Yeah, this is one of those races where if you can keep your head cool while all the others lose their minds, you'll do well. And, yeah, Turkey up front's looking pretty good here, but
Nico's now under attack.
Nico is, yeah, he's about to... He's like 0.3 behind here. He's not close enough to put a move on in turn 1 here, but when that DRS comes available to him, he is obviously going to be...
Oh, Gemis pushes Dragon wide on turn 1.
And what's happening in the back? Flesher is, yeah, coming out of the pits area. He's put on...
I believe he served his drive-through, is what happened there.
Oh, right. Okay, that's what happened, yeah. He's way off track. Dragon, 3-second time penalty, so that's going to cost him a bit. But I think we're going to see some of these penalties starting to come in. I've noticed a few drivers just extending the track here and there. And what's happening?
Oh, something has happened.
Mozzie Gaming is off. He's had an issue with no frets, I believe. And yeah, Flo gets past him there.
Tupaka is on the move behind Grosjean here. Tupaka is in a very good position, so is Legion and Dragon. All 3 of these drivers still in a similar position here. Can we see, what is that, Nico maybe eyeing a move on Turkey here? He's on the better tire, so he's obviously going to want to make that move as fast as possible. He's going to have DRS, I believe, now. Nope, that's going to be next lap. DRS is now enabled here. We're going to see if he can do anything on the next DRS straight. You can just see all 5 of these drivers super close right now. Fortune Hunter picks up the fastest lap, sitting in 9th currently. Let's see what happens here.
Yeah, both Nico and Turkey got a really nice run out of turn 1. Turkey locks up a little bit going into turn 2. It's kind of compromising a little bit, but I think he's placed his car nicely there so that Rosbach couldn't get the run on him into the next corner here.
It is really close between all 6 of these drivers here, or 5 I guess, because Dragon has fell off a bit and now under attack by Gemis. Nico's still very close to Turkey here, and I wonder if he'll be looking for a move. I don't think he can get it done though. There's just not enough room anywhere on the track rim, even those fresh mediums that he has at the moment. Almost clips the grass, which would have been very bad for him. Behind him, not much action as well. Legion does gain time on Tupaka, and so does Dragon as well. But then even then you have Demis, so it's a 7-way battle right now, potentially, because...
Oh, and Turkey makes a mistake there, yeah, it's going to compromise him, and it does, it compromises him into the final corner, and Nico just sneaks it up the inside. Now, is Turkey going to get DRS, though?
I don't think
no,
he
doesn't. No, he doesn't. He tucks in behind Nico Rosberg.
That slipstream is so powerful, though, and you can just see he's going to take the outside turn here. He won't get it done, obviously. He could. Oh, that's going to be Grosjean now, who spins into turn 1. He's now backwards and left. There you go. You lose out in 7 positions because it's so close. This race at the moment. Now Legion now is behind Tupac, and no safety car, no nothing yet, no virtual. It's all good. Nothing to worry about. Or in that sense, Turkey now one second behind Nico. Nico still, I think he has to pit. I honestly can't see him ending this race on mediums. So Turkey shouldn't have to worry too much. Legion now.
I wonder if we could ask our expert, Neff Luke, the strategist himself. What do you reckon? Do you think Nico can get to the end on these mediums? Because if he has to pit, it's going to massively compromise him. He's not going to be in for the win for that one.
Oh, when Legion spins, he overextends his welcome there into that really hard turn. And that's
front wing damage.
That front wing, and then there. He loses out on all those positions because it's so close, and it's a really good fight between all the drivers today right now. It is really anyone's race. And you can see Tupaka now is in a very excellent position, and so is Dragon. And he's saying the people on mediums cannot finish this race at the moment, so I honestly agree. I don't think Gemis or Nico can do anything. As Gemis makes a move on Dragon on the outside, it might have been an excellent move here, but I don't think he'll maybe get it. He gets the DRS though, he will make it stick. That's an excellent move by Gemis now. As they're going too wide into turn 3, nothing drastic will happen, hopefully. Nothing did. That's a really excellent move by Gemis, who's on, of course, the softer tire.
Oh, Dragon's got overspeed on him. Is he going to send up the inside? This is a bit of a daring move if he does it, and he thankfully backs out of that one. I don't think that would have worked out if he had kept his car there.
Ozzy picks up fastest lap, 19.8 on the mediums. He's currently sitting in 13.
Yeah, Fortune Hunter right up on the gearbox of Crimsonium here. So Fortune Hunter has these medium tires on, and he's trying to get them to eke out all the advantage he can out of these over the hard tires of Crimsonium up ahead.
Going up the field, yeah. Tupaka is right behind Turkey now, and Turkey looks like he's having an awkward line coming into this final turn here, but I believe he's going to get overtaken now. Those 15 laps old hards might just be taking effect now on his race pace. As you can see, Tupaka now gets across him pretty easily. I wonder if Turkey will pit maybe, because
it's a Renault 1-2, Van, currently.
Fortune Hunter still right behind the Crimson. That safety car, the second one, really helped Crimson now. He's in 6th. And Crimson does have the pace to maybe even catch up to the upper part of the field if he's so fortunate enough to do it. And what's funny is Tupaka is 4 seconds off of Nico. But Nico has to pit still, so technically Crimson is in 5th, catching up to what is the top 4 for him. So he has an opportunity to somehow win this race after that very terrible swap into the softs earlier on in this race here, as he actually goes wide.
Yeah, he goes very wide there, yeah. He would have picked up a warning for that, I believe.
Up the field, Dragon is catching up. Everyone's pretty much catching up, honestly. I don't think any moves will be done yet. Maybe in this DRS rate, we could see Turkey losing out on yet another position. Yep, he goes wide again. Turkey keeps going wide, and I think the grip on those hards maybe are just starting to fall just a little bit off for him, as Demis will make the move, probably, yep. If I was Turkey, honestly, I'd probably pit for mediums. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to make that decision when you're racing, isn't it? Because you've got so much going on. Jimmy gets a wee bit wide on the exit of turn 2 there, but able to keep the speed up. Turkey has a run on him though, going into the fast left-hander. They're going to go side by side for the fast left-hander. And yeah, Turkey backs out of that.
Oh, did he tap? Oh, what's going on here? We're okay. We're having the cars. This is how cars are born, right there.
F2 car, yeah. I saw this before. Anytime these two are together, the cars don't. I don't think they're seeing each other on track.
Yeah, I've had that same issue. Yeah. I really wonder. Yeah, that's odd for sure. Because you did say earlier that someone else was also experiencing this, so that's going to be causing some issues, because we don't actually know then who's actually in first. And yep, you can see again. Oh, wow. That is just crazy.
Strange times in Hungary. But Fortune Hunter, I think he's getting a bit frustrated here. He's stuck behind Crim's only, and just Crim seems very good in sector 3, and gets a really good run out on the final corner each time, which means Fortune is not able to capitalize and get past him. He thought about a move there into turn 1, but yeah, it's better off it. It's like we said at the beginning, though, this track, start finish straight, is really your only opportunity to pass. I mean, after turn 1, you can maybe... Oh, and who's that wide? It looks like Turkey won very wide at turn 3. And Crimsonium is right on his gearbox now.
Yeah, in Turkey, I mean, he's just going to keep slowing down. Honestly, you have to pit at this stage. You have 18 lap old hards. Grosjean on 20 lap old hards. So, I mean, if these guys really think they can finish it, I mean, go ahead. But don't be surprised when you end up not finishing in the top 10, because you're going to be slowing down a lot.
Yeah. Danny called it. He said Turkey will struggle, I think, and we're seeing that now. He's struggling big time. You see him on times he's locking up.
Oh, and Crimson goes wide as well. Let's see what happens here. I think if Crimson's smart, he'll wait for the DRS, because that seems to be the spot where everyone is overtaking Turkey here, and hopefully he doesn't get too ambitious again and causes him to mess up.
Yeah, I think Crim's going to get him here, hasn't he? He's a wee bit back, but he should have the overspeed on him. He's got overtake open, DRS open, and he's too far back. But he does
But he will make the move.
Yeah. And he gets the move done, it looks like, yeah. And he gets DRS as well for his troubles. Fortune Hunter is looking for a move around the outside of Turkey into turn 2.
Oh, they kind of tap. They do tap a little bit, and Fortune Hunter has to be careful. He has 12% damage on his right wing. Doesn't want to get even any more on that. That'll definitely hurt him. Fortune Hunter on those mediums as well. He can't finish the rates on those mediums, so for him, preferably, he'll want to gain as many positions as possible before he has to pit. Going up the field, looks like Dragon has caught up to Gemis. Gemis 2 seconds behind Tupaka. Tupaka 4 seconds behind race leader Nico right now. Both Renaults right now doing an excellent job in 1-2. Gonna go down the grid here. As you see, Fortune Hunter is catching very close to Turkey. I think Turkey again gonna lose out another position coming into this straight here, as he majorly locks up in front of Fortune Hunter. And No Fret's now. It's gonna be No Fret's turn next lap to get past Turkey, and I still don't understand why he has not pit. Like, it's just not worth it. I mean, you're gonna be losing out in so many positions.
Yeah, he's praying for a safety car out there.
Yeah, he has to be praying for. That's the only thing. But there's we already lost 5 drivers, so the chance of a safety car even occurring now is going to get less and less as gaps are starting to form here, and it's just not going to be worth it. Yeah, again, he locks up. He's been locking up this entire race almost, from what I've seen.
And this is allowing No Frets to catch up on the back of Fortune Hunter as well. So Fortune Hunter's P7 is under threat here if he doesn't get past Turkey pretty soon. But Turkey, the thing is, Turkey is getting DRS off Crimsonium. So Fortune Hunter is hoping that Turkey falls back a bit more outside that DRS range. Ooh, and they almost touch. Almost touch. Yeah, you can see Turkey struggling so much. He's locking up in almost every corner.
I'm gonna check his tire wear if it updates for me, and it won't. God damn it! I'm gonna see. Okay, let's see what Grosjean's tire wear is. Hopefully, his thing is open. So Grosjean at 22 laps, his tire wear for hards is at around 40%. So we can just assume that's what Turkey's also experiencing, maybe a little bit more, because he is struggling even extra, even though he's 2 laps under Grosjean. So I mean, Turkey obviously can finish this race on the SARS. Is he willing to sacrifice the pace to do it? And it looks like, I think that's his plan right there. If he can, as long as he keeps behind Crimson, keeps the DRS, he can be safe. As we did see in Monaco, I forgot who it was. Someone was keeping up. I think it was JC actually, who was on very old hards, but he was keeping up on pace against the DRS, so Turkey will have a lot of work to do if he wants to keep up with Crimson, who's on 13 lap old hard, but he'll be able to finish the race for sure. And those medium runners are now looking at 15-14 laps for Nico and Gemis. If they're going to pit, it's going to be very soon, probably the next 3 laps.
Yeah, I'm just keeping an eye on this battle. Fortune Hunter, he's unable to get the move done. I think Turkey is out of range of ERS, but who's that ahead of? Oh, Tupaka's had an issue. He's falling back massively. He's getting overtaken by Crimson.
Oh, he's lost an end plate actually, and he's going into the pits. He's going to swap to mediums. I think that's a good decision. He's already lost a couple of his wings, so now he's going to swap to mediums and gain up a lot of time, hopefully.
And Nico, yeah, Nico's in the pits. Yeah.
Nico, actually, yep, Nico in the pits. I think, yeah, he swapped to another set of mediums. Smart move by him as well. Let's see, Tupaka, what are you doing? Tupaka, yep, mediums again, gets a new wing. Turkey finding himself in 4th. He's going to be kind of happy about that now, but he's going to lose out again on more positions here as his car, or his pace slows down. Dem is currently in the lead with Dragon right behind him. I just realized something. Legion isn't 14.
Oh, jeez.
When did that happen? Because
yeah,
I was not paying attention, I guess.
He had that 5-second time penalty. He probably served that in the pits when he pitted last there, and it's... Yeah, he had that incident as well, didn't he? Where he spun out.
It's really anyone's race. I mean, it can be it can be a Dragon's race who's showing good pace right now. He's going to catch up to Gemis. It can even be Crimson. Crimson finding himself in the 3rd place after that terrible decision to go on the softs earlier. He's very happy where he's at right now. It can be even a race win for him. Just definitely has what it takes to maybe catch up to Dragon. Even if he's 4 seconds behind, I think he can do it. Gemis, he'll have to pit soon. Dragon does not pit. Turkey, if he pits, maybe I think he has a chance, but I don't think if he doesn't pit, he's just going to keep going down the grid again. And Rojan opts to still not pit even on 25 lap old hards. I mean, obviously the hards are doable, like they can last, but I think it's just the pace issue. I mean, if he was to pit, he would come out at around 7th or 8th, and then he'd be able to have the chance to climb his way back up the grid. But it's kind of getting late now as we're coming into the final, what I believe is final like 7 or 8 laps here, so maybe that opportunity has passed for him. And in the long run, if Gemis does not pit soon, that's going to hurt him as well.
And I think up front as well, I can see Jimmy struggling on these mediums, and Dragon is on these 14 lap old hards. Obviously they're at peak performance right now, whereas Jimmy, his tires will be falling off a cliff. And we're going to see that gap probably come down a bit more, and Dragon will put a charge on for the lead. I'll just take a look at penalties as well while we've got a bit of a lull in the action. P1, no penalties. P2, Dragon has 1 penalty, 1 free second penalty. Krim has none, he's got 3 warnings though. Turkey, none. Fortune is none.
Nico picks up the fastest lap, 19.1. Fortuner is catching up to Turkey, not surprising. But Turkey has actually gained a lot of time on Crimson now, and he still has that DRS to play with. Actually, he locks up now and loses a little bit of time there. Not enough to lose DRS, and now we're going to see a 4-way battle between Crimson, Turkey, Fortune, no frets, for what potentially is going to be 3rd or 2nd place. It depends if Gemis will pit or not.
Yeah, don't count on Nico Rosbud and P7 on those fresh mediums.
Yeah.
He'll be pretty PSC there.
I think Nico made the right move earlier by pitting. I don't think Gemis is making the right decision, but let's see what they can do. I mean, Dragon has not caught up as much as we think he would, or fought. And let's see, Fortune Hunter, 15 lap old mediums, will he pit soon? Probably not. At this point, he'd be thinking that it's not worth it losing out on all those positions unless he has another pair of softs and he thinks he has the pace. I don't think he'll pit. Turkey almost looks like he pits. He keeps doing that every time he comes in this. Locks up again, which we've already seen. plenty of times this race as Fortuner goes way wide into that last turn there, and we're seeing yellow flags. I don't see anything on the map. That is actually Tupaka who's slowing down here. Looks like no wing damage though. It's good for him. No frets overtakes Fortune Hunter in the first turn.
Yeah.
No damage by either of them though. That's a good move by No Frets, who's going to be looking for a third position if possible. I think he can definitely catch up to Turkey on his good pace that he's pulling right now.
Yeah, I think Fortune Hunter's probably thinking about pitting right now because these tires are not looking good. If Crimsonium gets a free second time penalty, that might be huge as well.
Definitely, as Turkey is now in an excellent, more favorable position than he was for sure. I don't think he has any penalties. I've not seen that on my MFD, so he'll be definitely happy about that. It might actually pay off now staying on those hards, but it just depends. Does he know he has the penalty or not? Fortuner picks up a penalty as well, so it's just actually becoming more and more favorable in Turkey now. It's insane how things change, you know. Tupaka picks up a penalty as well, and he's in 12th, so his chance of getting points is now ruined for sure. It's crazy because we had Tupaka and Legion up there earlier in the race looking good, and now they're just both looking in a terrible position. And I believe Legion's going to go for the fastest lap as he's changed into the soft tire here. And let's see, Fortuner. This is the closest gap we have. So actually, no, the closest gap is down here. Flesh River and Tupaka. Flesh River has a chance of getting points. So does Tupaka, but Tupaka has that penalty. And let's see. Oh, Tupaka is just going to go double wide here. See what happens. Can Flesh River respond? I don't think he will. They actually go just a tad bit. And I think Tupaka will have the DRS. Nope, nope. It's going to be Flesh now. Tupaka on the younger tire. And Flesh River, I think, is just going to probably just concede that position for now. So Gem is not pitting. 5 laps left. 19 lap old mediums. If he can make this stay, this will be an impressive feat for him. And it looks like his tire wear is at 50-40% around that. So obviously he thinks he can keep it up. Insane thing for him to do here, and I mean it's even more insane that Dragon has not actually found enough time to even catch up. Even within DRS, he has not made any move at all. That is crazy to see right here, and No Frets hasn't found any opportunity to attack Turkey as well. And Turkey now is 2.6 seconds behind Crimson. He does not have that DRS advantage anymore. And if he's not careful, if he gets past that 3-second mark, then he loses out on what could be a podium for him. And looking down the grid,
there's a lot to fight for here, isn't there? It's hard to even pick out a winner of this race.
Yeah, anything can happen. There's 5 laps remaining, and Blah now making a move on Grosjean into his inside in turn 1. Grosjean on 30 lap hards. He's still staying strong with those hards.
Yeah, he moved right out of the way there. Didn't he want any piece of that action?
Luckily for him, Philo is 14 seconds back, so he doesn't have to worry too much about not getting points unless he spins. Tupaka retires. That is in the pit. That's in the pit, so I guess he decided that he has had enough of this race here. Flesh River goes for the soft tire as well. And you can see, let's see. Oh, Dragon now. 3 attempts behind Genis. Can this be the move he wants to get the race win here? As Legion gained the fastest lap, so he's going to secure that 1 point away out of the top 10. We're seeing more penalties actually pop up here as we're down to 6 drivers now not finishing this race. The most, I believe, Tier 3 has had so far in the season. More than Monaco, surprisingly. And they did Monaco in the rain, which is crazy here. And
yeah.
Dragon now, he's just, look at this, he's catching up so much, but I don't know if it's going to be enough for him to actually make a move. He hasn't been making any moves at all. But maybe now, since we're coming into the final 3 laps, can he finally make it stick? I don't know. We're going to catch up with him in a bit. Let's see what the other Williams is doing now. Gonna keep an eye on that radar though, just in case anything happens. It looks like No Frets also not making any moves here. Let's go back up here. Both Williams now in a fight for good points here. See what happens. Turkey now 3.5 seconds behind Crimson. That penalty for Crimson won't matter anymore.
Yeah, Flesh River off the side of the track there. He's had a bit of a excursion as the leaders make their way past him and lap him.
And what was really important is that did not happen last lap, so that means the safety car cannot come out anymore after that.
Yeah, that's
no
true,
virtual either. This race will finish now with everyone racing here, and Dragon is right behind Gemis. Can he finally make the move stick coming into the straight with DRS? He has half of his ERS. He's gonna have to make it. He's not switching. It looks like I can't tell.
Yeah, Dragon's an overtake.
Oh, he's making a move. I don't think it's enough. Gemis defends it very well. Gemis honestly doing a really good job. He made an excellent overtake earlier in this race, and now he's defending very well as well. This is a fight for 25 points, and even Dragon's reserve, it doesn't matter. He still wants that race win for sure. And actually, I just noticed Dragon has a 3-second penalty that might affect things. Does Gemis have a penalty? No, he does not. Does Gemis know that is the question, because maybe Gemis can just let him through, but obviously it's you're going to be ahead on track. This are more bragging rights in that sense, but I mean your tires are at 60%, Gemis. I mean maybe it's just worth it not to battle and make a mistake, because Crimson is sniffing right behind these two. One little mistake from these two drivers and Crimson will take home a trophy here. And looking down the grid,
yeah.
Nofret's actually got past Turkey, as Turkey now is under attack by Fortune Hunter, and it's proving not to be worth staying on those 30-lap old hards there. Going back up the grid now, Dragon is behind Gemis again on the straight here, and we're going to see what happens as we're coming into lap 34. It is insane right now. Let's see what happens.
We've got the migrating host. Looks like Flesh River's quit this one, but hopefully this doesn't affect the result here.
And I don't see that, so that's kind of weird.
But yeah, a lot of drivers struggling out here on tires. Fortune Hunter up to P5, though. That's not bad showing from him on those 20-lap old mediums. Turkey right off the pace, 3 seconds behind up that incident in P6. But yeah, Dragon, he's running out of time
what
here.
just happened? The whole grid just changed.
Yeah, that's migrating host. We'll
Okay.
we'll
looks like
afterwards.
Yeah, it's fixing itself. Okay, we're good. That's taking me out.
Dragon is all over the Jimmy's here, though. I think he's going to try and get a move done. I'm trying to force Jimmy into an error, but Jimmy's holding his nerve right now.
Yep, and Gemma's doing a really good job just defending now against Dragon as we're coming into the final lap. If there has to be a move done, why is he not? Is he saving ERS? No, he's not. I would be saving as much ERS now. Like,
yeah, definitely.
This is not the time to waste your ERS coming into here. And if he's not making the move done in this straight, I think this is Gemis's win. Who, honestly, I didn't even believe could finish the race on those mediums. That's insane by him. Here we go, the final lap has begun. Can we see a move? Oh, he's right coming with the slipstream. I think he's going to make the move. He will. He's ahead of him coming into turn 1. He's finally made the move, but Gemis may be catching on the inside again. No, he does not. Dragon currently in the lead with DRS. Whoa, but will Gemis make a opportunity? Nope, he won't. And Crimson now 1 second behind them. I think there's going to be a mistake happening between these two drivers as they're going to fight very hard for that lead. I don't know. Let's see what happens here. Gemis losing out on a bunch of time, but it doesn't actually matter. I believe Dragon has a penalty, so we could potentially.
3 seconds, yep.
Yeah, so this depends. Can Kumsomnian also get past him? I don't think he will. I think Gemis will still win this race. But, wow. That is insane. We're down to 12 drivers now, and let's see. Yeah, I don't think anything else will happen here. I don't think anyone wants to risk any moves here. This whole grid has been up and down, backwards and forwards. A lot of drivers going everywhere. And here we go. Dragon messes up actually, so Gemis might actually have the chance to win him on track. No, he won't, but it doesn't matter. And this race win now, as Dragon crosses the line, he's going to lose out on one position. That is your race winner here, crossing the line. Gemis, yeah, Crimson doesn't get past him. Crimson securing pole position after that terrible change into the soft. And No Frets picks up a respectable 4th position. Fortune Hunter loses to Turkey, gets 6th. Turkey gets 5th on 32 lap old hards. Nico Rodspot finishing the 7th after pitting. Did not do the same idea as Gemis to end the race on those very old mediums here. And Fila will pick up the last set of points into this race. I believe the fastest lap went to, let's see if we can actually...
Legion, I think, on his sauce. Yeah, I think he put that.
Yep, Legion 18.0 on the fastest lap there, so the top 10 will not gain an extra point here. And what an insane race we had. 9 positions for Crimsonium, 9 positions for Grosjean, 1 for Gemis, 7 for Fortune, so it's been a really up and down grid. And that is the race over. Hungarian Tier 3 Grand Prix ends with Gemis as the race winner. Congratulations to him. We're going to go ahead and get interviews started in just a second here as we're going to check the penalties and everything else.
Yeah, and worth mentioning that Tier 3 has had 4 different winners this season, so that I believe this makes it 5. I think this is Jimmy's first win of this season.
Yeah. And let's go ahead and check. You guys can see the penalties here. And we can see what exactly where the penalties were. Out of 5 seconds, 3 seconds, 3 seconds, yep. Pretty crazy. And let's go ahead and get these interviews underway.
Yeah, just having a look and see who's in the gentleman's lounge. Nobody is brave enough to enter just yet, so I'll try and whip up some interviews. Yeah, it's one of those crazy races where it's like a bit of a blur afterwards. I'm trying to think. I can't even remember what happened at the start anymore.
Yeah, I mean, the start was mediocre compared to the middle of that race. It was so much action, so many people went up and down the order here. So hopefully people will come in for interviews.
Yeah, we've got Turkey actually is in chat. We'll move him in. He's the first one to go. So, yoink. Hello, Turkey, aka Nesto. How are you, sir? Oh, he's just muted. Oh, there you go. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, it didn't go your way in the end there. Struggled on those. I believe it was hard you were on, and they were quite. Yeah, they were quite worn at the end. So you did a good job though, for holding off the guys behind you. But yeah, I mean, like, just talk us through your race. How was it for you?
Well, it was cool. First time tier 3.
Yeah,
Safety car. I was hoping for a safety car at the
yeah,
end.
we knew because you were on very old hards there, and you were just losing out a lot of time. I mean, was it a decision you wanted to make not to pit anymore?
Yes. I mean, if I pitted, I would just lose time. So,
You really,
yeah, no.
honestly, I thought you could pit and make up time maybe on mediums because that's what someone tried doing Nico, but in the end it didn't work out as much as Shemus did as staying out on those
I was
mediums.
hoping for a safety car because I saw the guys in front having lots of penalties. So I was hoping I might finish behind the safety car so I get P2 or P3.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. There was so much stuff going on. I'm trying to remember what happened because that was an intense race.
I don't know if you saw what happened to Dragon. I think it was in Williams.
Yeah, what happened?
Well, I know it said he lost connection, but he was still racing.
Really?
Yeah.
I know what happened was Flush River, the host, left, and that caused a little migration. That definitely caused. Go ahead.
He kind of punted me at the end. I mean, no big deal. And then I saw him; he was blue flagged. So
Dragon.
I just went past him, and now I see that he's finished first.
That's very odd. I mean, we did have a post decent. Oh, actually, I remember now. You and Dragon were actually going into each other. We saw that in the race. Your cars were messing about, and I wish I remember what lap it was so you can go check it out. But we did notice you guys were into each other. I don't know if you actually saw him. That's what Ocean Chief was saying, that maybe you guys couldn't see each other, and that's why you guys were bugging out together.
I know. I saw him on my screen. He was side by side with me, and as we got up to some turn, I don't know. I was on the edge of the track. He kinda steered into me. It was very weird because I saw him next lap. He was blue flagged.
Yeah.
At the end, I see he's won the race. So I go to check to spectate him, and he just passed the finish line. So yeah, weird.
Yeah, weird stuff for sure. But I mean, it was still a good race by you, man. Congrats on your debut in SLR
Thank
for
you.
sure. Looking
Yeah,
forward to
good
next
debut
week.
race from you, man. Looking forward to, yeah, as Fan says, looking forward to more of the same. How was your experience of it? Like, are you after a full time seat after that, or are you happy
No,
enough as reserve?
I think as a reserve.
Yeah, no worries. We can sort you out. Okay, right. We will move on to the next one. Thanks
Yes.
again for joining us on the interview box. Appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Goodbye.
All right, let's grab in the Alfa Romero boys.
Let's go.
Hey guys.
Hey,
Bonjour.
So what happened in that race? I mean, it was pretty intense, huh? I mean, at some point we had Mozzie in the lead, and then we had Crimson in the lead. It was crazy.
Yeah.
I was never in lead.
Oh, I mean, like ahead of each other, you know.
Oh well, okay. Well, yes, it was frightening sometimes. I mean, I really shit in my pants at some point. Well, for example, there were some situations that shouldn't be done there. For example, at race start, Phileticus just lost the car and collects me with him, and well, there was us spanning out, and but there was a safety car, so it wasn't that problem. So yeah, well, and some other things I couldn't stop in time at some point and nearly put out 2-pack, and yeah, well, that was not cool from me. So I take every much blame from this situation. Oh yes, but well, in the end there was the battle for the first. Unfortunately, I was too far away. Otherwise, I would just join the battle and maybe could clinch the win away. But oh well, it
Yeah.
should be fun. It should be
Well,
fun.
I can ask you something. When you pit for stops, and then you was that like a bad decision in your head after you crashed? I mean, it was pretty unfortunate. I believe Mozzie had the same issue. You both swapped to softs, and then you ended up actually getting involved in an instant.
no, my strategy with hards, then the safety car came out, then softs, and then mediums would be quite fast. But I had an incident after 2 or 3 laps after the safety car, and then yeah, I have to pit again because I need new front wing, and yeah.
I have to say the strategy when I crashed came from Jeff. He got me the idea. He called me in. So
Yeah, trust Jeff, you know.
never say again. Don't trust him. I trust him, and I got P3 today.
Nice, nice.
Well, and good news for you, Ocean. I just recorded it, so
Hey,
you can rewatch the stream if you want.
happy days, yeah.
Everything
well-
from qualifying to end of the race. And I think Nefluke just supported me very well, so I have to thank him again for supporting me. He was in my stream, writing every time I crashed or I spun. Come on, you can do that. So well,
Yeah, good old
very,
Neff.
very big thank you to Nefluke.
Neff and Jeff, that's all you need, isn't it?
That's the stuff you need to win the race. The race.
Happy days, guys. Well, I look forward to that upload of your race. I'll definitely be watching that. And
Well,
Yeah.
it's actually uploaded. It was a stream, so
oh, happy day, even better, even better. Give me
So-
something to eat or something to watch while I'm eating my dinner.
Are you guys prepared for Spa?
not if it's going to rain.
I think we will, cause we have 5 weeks vacations now, so
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
lucky boy. I don't got 5 weeks vacation. But well, if it's going to rain, it's going to be a little bit interesting. But I think for Spa we should be there 100%. We have to look.
Yep, look forward to that one. Always like a bit of spa action, and yeah, there might be a bit of rain in the air for that one. There always tends to be in Spa. We shall see. We shall see.
He's like, no, please.
Actually, rain with keyboard is deadly.
Yeah, Rouge with rain keyboard.
Oh,
Wow.
if you remembered last race, Tier 3, Tier
Oh
2,
yeah, I do.
Mozzie
I
and
do remember that. Yeah.
Mozzie and I spun both out the first corner, and it didn't even rain there.
Yeah.
Oh well, but we will see. It's 7 days to that date, so we give
Yeah.
100%.
So, if I sum up my race, I think I was a magnet for some idiots today, or for some actions. There was some point where I was quite unprofessional, and I think the incident report of Tupaka speaks for itself. Yeah, that's it.
There was just some hair on the track, so you have to stop. You just have
Yeah.
to stop. So, well, I mean, nothing you can say about that. To kill a hare or a rabbit or something like that, they're such cute animals, so you just had to stop there.
Yeah,
Nothing
I
you
like
can
it. I
say
like
about
it. Protect the nature. Yeah. Yeah. So you guys are pretty much a regular now on the streams. We always tend to get you guys in. You always seem to have some interest in races out there, and hopefully we'll speak to you again in Spa. But thanks again for joining us on stream. We will speak after. Take care, and yeah, stay indoors. Okay,
Oh,
self
well.
isolate. Embrace the grind. Everybody's going to get so much better during this Corona outbreak. We're going to be esports ready by the end of it.
Yeah.
It's like all the sports were canceled, but now it's like esports the only sport you can watch.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
we
someone-
will do a boot camp.
Yes.
That'd be a good idea. Yeah. There's a lot of new people coming into the server recently, and we're thinking about opening up like a Corona tier 4.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but we'll see. We'll speak after. But yeah, thanks again for joining us on chat, guys. We will speak to you soon, I'm sure.
Yep.
well, thank you for being here.
Alright.
Thanks.
No worries. Later. So we have one last guy to talk to. Race at the end didn't go in his favor, but yeah, initially qualifying session pretty good. I think where'd you qualified like P? You were up in P1 at one point, but I think did you start in like P5, P6?
Yeah, I think I got P1 at some point, and then I was slowly relegated. I think I was third at the end of qualifying. Yeah, it went pretty well.
Yeah, and then we caught your incident then, where you went off track and then couldn't avoid the barrier. I've had that happen to me in Abu Dhabi, where you can see it happening almost like just as you're going off track and the barrier's getting closer and you're thinking, you're trying to avoid it, but yeah, you just clipped it and tire off DNF then for that one. But some very good, promising signs from you there, you were running pretty good at the initial stage of the race.
Yeah, I would say it went pretty well. I was doing pretty fine. I was actually pretty consistent for a change. But then, of course, the spin went into the wall. I think I could have avoided it, but I didn't want to lose too much time. So I was like, all right, just go. But of course, I had the understeer there. And yeah, I got kind of unlucky, I guess. But that cancels out the good luck from the safety car at the start, I guess.
Yeah, it was very much one of those races, I imagine, where you just have to keep your cool. There's so much chaos going around the safety car with all the incidents, and the people who benefit the most are the ones that are just able to get their head down and just get on with it, And yeah, I imagine, especially there's so many corners where you can, if you just get it slightest bit wrong, it will mess you up big time.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was after that fast left-hander, wasn't it? Did you what actually happened with the incident where you went off then? Where you did that fast left-hander just kind of scrape?
Yeah, I just went a little too fast. Got a snap of oversteer. Maybe some dirty air there as well because I was following so closely. And then I just couldn't catch it there. Destroyed my front wing, and then the rest is history. I think Ericsson might have hit us, but not sure about that.
Someone called that in chat. They said Ghost Ericsson. It was him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
I mean, like I say, plenty of positives to take away from this one, and it was good to see you, in qualifying do so well, and yeah, on to the next one. So we've got Spa next week. I don't know if you're going to show up for that one. I know you're just a reserve at the minute, but yeah, what do you think? Are you going to have a go at Spa next week?
I guess sign me in. I've currently got time because, of course, Corona everywhere. Can't leave the house. So yeah, I'll definitely sign up for the next one as well. It's been going well lately. I'm seeing some pace there that I wasn't expecting. I actually was not expecting that third place in qualifying there, even though, of course, I was on a soft. Yeah, I guess the crash today just gives me something to work on, and I'll hope for some better consistency at Spa.
Yep. Well, it's yeah, it's a bit more of an open track, so with Hungary, it is so technical. It's very narrow as well. So, but then again, you've got a Rouge, so yeah, that can really mess with people. If you get that wrong, it can end very badly. But yeah, thanks for joining us on chat. It was good to have a wee chat with you there about your race, and we'll hopefully speak to you next time out. Okay.
Well, thanks for having me. Goodbye.
Not a problem, mate. And here, Van, just to round out the stream, I've got Joel here. I know we wanted a bit of a chat about this upcoming cystic fibrosis event, and Joel, the man who is organising that, is actually joining us in chat for that. So, Joel, going to give us a wee bit of a rundown. It's happening this Saturday, so the stage is yours if you want to tell the people what's happening and how they can support this great event.
Yes, it'll be this Saturday at 20 CET, so 7 UK time, on this channel on EGL. And it's going to be a tournament in the Cystic Fibrosis Trust with 4 qualifying race rounds, if that makes sense. So 4 qualifying rounds, and the top 5 from each one will go through to the final. We've got quite a few, lots of drivers from the leagues that you'll possibly know. Some very fast ones from the likes of SLR to SLR Tier 1, and some Tier 2 drivers as well. So there's going to be lots of drivers, and it's going to be a really great community event. So if you could just tune in 20 CET on Saturday, support the stream, donate maybe if you're able to, but just generally come and support the event. It's going to be really good.
Yeah, like Joel says, donate if you can afford a couple of quid or whatever. The link is going to be available if you go to our announcements page, or even if you message any of the guys involved here, Ocean Chief, myself, or Joel. We will hook you up. We've reached almost halfway, or it's over halfway, isn't it, of the total? We're looking to raise about $1,000 for the Cystic Fibrosis Trust. I think we're near enough 600 as it stands. So yeah, every little helps, and I'm hoping, and I feel pretty positive that we can smash that. There's been a lot of support for this event going forward, and I'm very much looking forward to it. Actually taking part in it myself. I think Van is too, are you? Or no, we
no.
spoke about this. You might be, maybe. We might see the famous Van on track. Van versus Ocean Chief. Let's get it on, man. Let's go.
We'll have to see.
It's what the people want. We gotta have to give people what they want. But yeah, it's gonna be great. I mean, I'm very much looking forward to it. Like Joel says, there's gonna be a lot of big names out there, but you see guys from Tier 2 and SLR and across a lot of different leagues. So yeah, it's gonna be a wee fun event, and hope everybody kind of supports it, tunes in, and spurs us on, and doesn't laugh too hard at me in P20 or P19, sorry, because there's gonna be 19 drivers per grid. But yeah, I think that pretty much concludes the stream. We do have a wee video we're gonna play out too. So if Van, if you've any last words you want to say before we hit that video.
No. Hopefully we'll see you guys next week in Spa, and tomorrow you guys can watch Tier 2 and then Tier 1 on Saturday. It's been Van, Ocean Chief, and be safe out there, guys, with the virus. And yeah, see you next week.
Bye bye.